lovely looking lady.
You embarrass me. I must go and powder my nose.
Here,
You want to be careful with that one.
she's gorgeous. Here, what's me pint? I'm off for a slash.
Hello again.
Hi, and welcome to Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And in this episode, we're going to take a look at the events in Manchester where a bunch of women wanted to have a meeting about discussing single-sex spaces so that they may feel safe. And outside were a bunch of men complaining about this. But they weren't normal men. These were trans men pretending to be ladies. And they were wielding placards and shouting and disrupting. Doing exactly what was expected of them by the people inside the meeting who were looking for a safe space. And these men outside were trying to stop them having their safe space. Oh, the irony. Anyway, we'll take a look at this report. I should put myself down in the corner and just see what's going on. So, as you see from the headline, some women have penises. No women has penises. There's a word for a woman with a penis, and that's a man. Some women have penises, placard-wielding trans rights protesters besiege feminist campaigners' meeting held to discuss women-only spaces, because these men want to break into women-only spaces for some reason, because they're mental, you see. They're having all this, they're not having a bit of psychiatric help, and this is the problem. So Women's Place UK were holding a meeting to discuss single-sex spaces, and this is because some women are uncomfortable having penises being waggled in their faces in changing rooms, for example. Can't imagine why. Anyway, event in Manchester was protested by 200 trans rights demonstrators, or men. They claim the women's rights group is transphobic and exclusionary. No, not wanting a penis in a girl's changing room is not transphobic. It's anti-rape. But we'll deal with that. Police officers were called to the event as a precaution, but no arrests made. We go into the article proper. A women's rights group meeting to discuss single-sex spaces was protested by trans activists, leading to police being called. Around 200 protesters holding up placards that read "Some women have penises" and "If you are transphobic, do one," gathered outside a venue in Manchester where Women's Place UK were holding their discussion. So these men don't like the idea of women having a discussion about not feeling safe, about wanting an area where women can be alone with other women and not have to worry about a big hairy ass man lumbering through. The group was hosting its annual conference to consider the importance and future of single-sex provision in policy and law, and quite right too. But it is reported that the protesters stationed themselves outside the Mechanic Institute Conference Centre's door with a sound system. The protest was organised by the Manchester Trans Rise Up group. Well, I'm thinking, actually, rising up is not something that the trans women want to do, is it? But on which I bet quite a few of them still do. Anyway, later, Greater Manchester Police said that officers attended as a precaution, but no arrests were made, which is a shame. Police did help move the crowd apart so the Women's Place attendees could leave the building safely. So obviously the crowd didn't want to let the women's group leave safely, and the police had to let that happen. So it shows you the kind of people you're dealing with. Activists at the protest, some of the group were trying to push a narrative that trans women are predators, adding that they saw the Women's Place stance on single-sex spaces as bollocks. Well, what do they know about bollocks? Oh, they used to have them, and some still do. But actually, this problem with women being, trans women being predators is a problem. And I have a video that I did about a week and a half ago now, where an NHS hospital ward that was supposedly women's only, a woman was raped, and the NHS lied and covered it up, because the NHS are rape enablers, because they put a man in a woman's ward, but he identified as a woman, so therefore he was a woman. But he used his lady testicles and lady penis to rape a real woman. So don't give me this shit that trans women aren't predators. If you still got a cock in your trousers or up your frock, hey, you're a predator. Cock in a frock, you're a rapist or a potential rapist. Why else do you want to get in with all those women if you've got a cock? Anyway, we believe Women's Place UK is trying to make women-only spaces that exclude the existence of trans women. No, trans women are trying to exclude the existence of real women. Two attendees told the Manchester Evening News, "We feel it's important to stand up against that. Why don't you create a space for trans women and have a trans women-only space and then everybody wins? Or is that not part of your agenda to cancel women?" In the statement, Women's Place UK denied they were transphobic. They're not, of course. They also said they welcomed those with opposing views to attend their events and debate with us directly rather than stand outside like a baying mob, because you know your arguments won't stand up, unlike your cock. A Women's Place UK spokesperson said, "We are grassroots women's campaign. Accusations of transphobia are entirely unjustified and are often used as a tactic to shut down discussion, which many women have valid concerns about." That's right. These men outside don't like the fact that these women are having a conversation, and so you go, "Oh, name call, name call, name call, transphobic," and that is the way to shut them up. Only, you know, it's not working, because J.K. Rowling isn't being shut up, is she? She's just getting louder and louder. And 99% of the general public are saying, "Why don't you shut up, you tossers?" And they are still mostly tossing. Anyway, getting back, it was about their valid concerns, which are the retention of our rights under the Equality Act 2010 to single-sex spaces, services and sports. And we've seen the malaise that is affecting swimming at the moment, where you're getting 6'4" men competing in ladies' swimming events. It's not right. Our last meeting in Manchester was held in 2018, where Christina Harrison, who is a trans, spoke from the platform alongside Ruth Serwotka and B. Campbell. Our events are public, and we welcome people with opposing views to attend, listen to our concerns and debate with us directly. The feminist group thanked Greater Manchester Police for what they said was a very supportive police presence. Joanna Cherry, the SNP MP, said, "The women holding this meeting have a right equal to those of the protesters to freedom of speech and freedom of expression. We support the right to protest, but the right to harass, intimidate, abuse or silence? No." And that's what the trans lobby are after. They want to abuse and silence women's voices. They want to actually end the existence of women as women, because they want to see men who want to be women counted as women. But men who want to be women are men with mental problems. And you can put on your pretty frock, put a ribbon in your hair, call yourself Marjorie, you're still a man. You are biologically male, you are XY chromosomes, you have man strength. You will never, ever be a woman. Ever. Deal with it. You're not a woman. You're a man in a frock. I don't care if you shave the side of your head and go all butch. You're still a man. And that's the view of 99%, more than 99%, I suspect, of people. Why do they hate women? They hate women, but want to be women, and they don't even see this. Anyway, I shall come up and round this one off. Been going on too long. Yeah, so the trans lobby and their bully boy tactics won't work. It won't wash. And as I say, no matter what you do as a trans woman, you're still a man. There's no denying it, and you can't change it. Now, you can go post-op. You can have your cock and balls sitting in a jar on a doctor's table. I don't care. You're still there. You've got a scar. You haven't got a vagina. You've got a scar. You haven't got a womb. You know? Your body is still riddled with all the benefits of testosterone. The strength, the muscle density, the bone density, everything. And you have to deal with that. And there's no point cancelling women just because you want to be one. As I said, if you are trans and you want a safe space, go hang out with other trans. Have a trans safe space. Don't be cancelling women. You know? What's wrong with you? Apart from all the obvious mental issues. And the trouble is, too many doctors pander to these wants and desires of people who shouldn't be accepted so readily and so easily for surgery or for this, and should actually seek deep counselling first. But the main problem they have is not that they themselves are mentally unstable. It's the danger they have, the danger they pose when you put a man in a woman's safe space. You could have a home for women, abused women, domestic violence, and they get into these homes where they're looked after and protected, and they're kept away from men. And then all of a sudden, a big burly man walks in, but he calls himself Jennifer now. Ties a ribbon in his hair. The mental problems that causes for some of these women, the anxiety, the anguish. But that's overlooked. That's not, oh no, because the man's rights to be a woman are more important than protecting a vulnerable woman. And that's wrong. And it needs to be addressed in law. But the trouble is our politicians, like a lot of these post-operative trans, don't have the balls. Anyway, I shall round it there. If you like what you see and hear on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications of future output. Leave a like, leave a comment. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and goodbye.